Okay, let's get into the content, you guys. Everyone get your workbook, get your sharpened pencils, or in my case, my big, fat, huge ballpoint pen, because that's how I like it. And so, yes, so workbook. First thing you're going to see is my Bright and Shiny Smile. Repair your relationship with money mini course. The workbook, it says this workbook will serve as a journal and an organizer of your thoughts, takeaways, and aha moments as we cultivate freedom around your relationship with money. Freedom is a big word about this training because we're going to be talking about relationships, which are about, as you know, energy, love, showing up, communication, authenticity, okay? Acknowledging the other, giving, not giving from a space of expectation or from fear or from jealousy. We're going to talk about all that, okay? So the first session, the first thing we're going to be talking about is what does it mean to be in a relationship with money? There are a lot of people that do mindset money courses. I want to stress to you guys that mindset is very important. Yes, it's very important to show up in a space where your mindset around money is healthy, is open, is in a realistic mindset. You're realistic about what's coming, but you're also in an open, joyful state to know that and see that abundance is coming your way and being in the flow. And relationship to money, like you would be in a relationship with a person, is way more important, in my humble opinion. Because if you have a great mindset around money, but you have a terrible relationship with money, meaning either a loving relationship or suffocating or a constricting or a stressful, worried relationship with money, then the mindset's not going to matter. It's not going to matter at all unless both are attuned, okay? So mindset is important, but the reason we created this training is that we are going deeper, okay? The root of relationship is way deeper than mindset because yes, the brain is important. Our minds do so many amazing things. They are our CPU. They are what get us through the day to day, but also remember that your conscious mind only really controls about 5 to 10% of your everyday. We like to think that we make conscious choices and what we do follows those conscious choices, but only 5 to 10% of us does. The other 95% is unconscious and subconscious. So we do things based on what we saw when we were children, what we saw our parents do when we were children, and how we feel about ourselves, so our self-worth. So the first thing I want to talk about is really about what relationship to money means. So I want you to think about the last relationship you were in or your most current relationship. So bring that to mind real quick. What is the current relationship you're in with another person or the last relationship you were in? Was it loving? Was it kind? Was it filled with a sense of I'm free, you're free, we meet up when we can, we don't when we can't, things are cool, I have no expectations, I just want to love you however you show up to me? Do you show up in a space of fear? Like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure that he or she doesn't know this about me because if they know this, they'll run. Do you have a suffocated relationship with your person or the last person you were with? Do you say, I really need you to do this for me. I need you to show up for me in this way or else ... I can't survive without you. I need you. Now we're going to talk about needs. What's very important about needs in relationship is to understand that there is independence, there is codependence, and there is interdependence, okay? Codependence is unhealthy because you rely on someone else to show up for you and make sure that you're okay. You need them to act a certain way so that your needs are fulfilled so that you feel okay in your body, okay? That's codependence. Or you have a need to be with them and to supply them with something that they need in order to control them and hold them next to you so that you aren't alone, right? So it's all about security and survival. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of our own needs so that we are secure and that we feel like we're surviving on our own without needing them to show up. That's why so many issues around relationship come up with parents, like the way we treat or the things that we didn't get from our dad, we manifest that in a man that we bring into our lives, or the things that we didn't get from our mom, we manifest that in a person that comes into our lives. And that either shows up in a toxic way or it shows up in a healthy way. or it shows up in a toxic way, and we work through those things with each other interdependently to get our needs met, to get their needs met, and to give and receive, where it feels like no matter how much I give, I don't feel like my cup is empty. And no matter how much I receive, I don't feel like I'm pulling from your cup, right? So it's very important so codependence is that I need this from you. Interdependence is healthy need. So there's a big difference between healthy need and unhealthy need. So a lot of people will say, will have the idea. So we have become programmed that we need to be independent and we can't get our needs met by anyone else. We can only get our needs met from ourselves. So there's a happy medium here, you guys. So make sure that you know that being independent is important, but also know that there are things that we need in our lives from other people. And that's okay. And it's important that we show up authentically, even if it sounds codependent in the moment, and we just say like, I think I need this from you, or I need this from you, or I'm not getting this in my life. How can we make sure that we both feel comfortable in this? And it's a two-way street, you guys. You work together to make that happen, right? So the same thing happens with money. So if you replace the person that you're with in a relationship right now, or your latest relationship, with money, I want you to think about how you treat money. Do you tell it, I need you, or else ... Do you tell it, I need to make sure you're here for me, because if I don't, then you're going to run away and I'll never have you again. And I've never had you in my life. You never show up for me. You aren't there for me. So if you were in a relationship and someone came up to you and they said, I need you, but you're never there for me. I want you all the time. I just want you all the time. I want you next to me. I want you in my pocket. I want to be able to spend you all the time. I need you with me so that I can do the things I need to do. Like there's things in my life I need to do, but I can't do them without you. I need you in my life. How do you think that person's going to respond? Do you think they're going to respond by saying, tell me what you need. I'll empty myself out for you. I'll do whatever it takes. Or do you think they'll run away and say, oh gosh, I'm not that person. That scares me. That's exactly how money is going to show up in your life. So if you're suffocating it and say, I need you, and you're sucking all the air out of the room, money is going to be running away from you. So that's why in your life, if you feel like a scarcity complex or a poverty complex, or you feel like I'm always broke, there may be a way that you're treating money that makes it say, I'm running away from you. Okay. So I'm looking over my notes here. So I want to make sure we touch on everything. So how do you treat your partner? How do they treat you? What feels loving? What does not feel loving? So I want you to start to, so as I'm going through this stuff, take away the biggest things that come up for you and go, ooh, gosh, that hits me hard. That hits me in the gut. Like I do that. Write those down in here. Write your big takeaways with what does it mean to be in a relationship with money? Just little, even if it's one word things, just what shows up for you that I'm talking about that most hits you, right? So even if you just write down what feels loving in a relationship, what doesn't feel loving in a relationship, okay? So freedom versus constriction. So if you're jealous all the time, even if the person doesn't show up as a person who would ever cheat on you or anything, if you're always like, I know that I just feel like you're going to do something. I just feel like you're going to do something wrong. I just can't trust you. I have trust issues. If you have trust issues with the person you're with or the person that you were last with, then you're going to show up like that with money. And if you don't trust money, it's not going to trust you. So it's, like I said, it's a two-way street. It's a mirror. So the good part about this is how you show up is how money is going to show up for you. So if you mirror and you say, for instance, I took out a loan. Instead of saying, oh my God, I took out a loan, I have to pay this off. It's going to be like $30,000 at the end instead of $15,000. You're doing more worrying and more constricting. And that loan that came in to support you is like happy. Money comes in to support you and says, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I was here, that I was able to give you this money to loan you so that you can do the things you want to do. And then if you come up and say, well, it doesn't matter anyways, because I'm going to end up owing twice as much and just spend all this money anyways. What do you think a person would say if you were in a relationship and that happened? They would feel unneeded, unwanted, and unnecessary. And they'd be like, well, I'm going to leave because I'm not even here for any reason. So if you are either in debt or you're bringing in a loan in order to support you, make sure you say, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. You know what? Not only are you coming in to support me, but you are holding me accountable. And I get to not only pay you off, but pay off any interest or anything that because of what you gave me when I needed it. Thank you so much. And what do you think if you said that to a person that you're in a relationship with? They'd be like, oh my God, I love giving this person things. I want to give this person things more just because they're so appreciative and genuine and they want me because they love me, not because they need me or they need something to fulfill them, right? Okay, so that's freedom versus constriction. The next thing is fear, walking on eggshells. One of the things that's really important, that is how I show up sometimes, is bottling up and exploding. I'm scared to speak my authentic truth, because I'm afraid that if I say what I really feel, that the person's going to run away from me. And if they run away from me, I will be rejected. I cannot survive. Because isolation is the number one fear for human beings, okay? You can go without food and water longer than you can go without people in your life. Isolation will kill you, okay? So making sure that we are not isolated and that people are staying close to us and money staying close to us because of the fear of losing and abandonment. Goes back to childhood, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. We're going to go into a deep dive about how these go into attachment patterns and how that shows up. If you don't know what those are, you don't have to know right now. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But that's just a deeper dive, right? Right now, we're just touching the surface about relationship. So I will bottle up and explode because I'm afraid that my authentic truth will not be witnessed. But here's the thing. If you're with someone that really loves you genuinely, or even if they see you like attacking them and they just go, there's something there though. I know that this person loves me and I love them. We're just, not to where it's toxic or abusive, but you're just like, let's work this together. Let's implement this together. Making sure that if you were to say something that was authentic to you and it scared them away, then they're not the right person for you anyways. Okay. It's the same thing with money, right? So showing up in a way that's really authentic is going to have money show up in a way that's really authentic for you. So thinking about money as a person is really going to support you in moving forward in your relationship goals with money. Okay. Next thing is expectation, healthy needs versus unhealthy cloying. So again, there are ways to have your healthy needs met by someone else, because we all have needs that we need met by someone else. I want you to say that, write that down right now. We all have needs in our lives that we need someone else's help with. Okay. It's important that we know there are needs in our lives that we cannot fulfill alone. We need other people. We have become a society that's so big on, I don't need anyone else. I have it. I got it. I don't need anything from you. It's important to be independent, but it's also important to let people know, I do need you. Not only do I need you, but the reason I need you is because I love you and I want to give to you and I want you to give to me and I want us to just be in this relationship. I want to see your face every day, you know? So it's really important that we have that freedom at the same time as authentic speaking our authentic truth, right? Okay, so let's see. Also, giving because you want to, not because you expect something back. So I don't know if Jonathan Jenna is in this training. Jonathan, you said something the other day on one of your posts. I think it was your anniversary to your wife, which, by the way, congratulations. You said something that I actually wrote down in this day of training because I found it so beautiful. It was short, sweet, and to the point, and it was, love is measured not by what you get out of it, but by what you put into it. Okay, this goes back to expectations, healthy needs. So love is measured not by what you get out of it, but by what you put into it. It's important that we show up for ourselves by saying, you know what, I love you so much. This is how I want to give to you. And you don't do it with a sense of, I'm giving this to you because I'm waiting for my this in return, my that in return. Okay. So there's a give and a take there. There's a teeter-totter that goes back and forth. And we'll go into that as the days go on about the how to do that, how to implement that into our lives. Okay. So thank you, Jonathan, for that quote. Very beautiful. So let's see. So the next piece. So I want to just make sure, Allie, there's a comment from Allie saying, is she filling in the blanks now? So right now, what I'm talking about is the first part here, which is what does it mean to be in a relationship with money? This is what I'm talking about when I talk about freedom versus constriction, fear, walking on eggshells, bottling up and exploding versus letting the other person live their life, expectation, healthy needs versus unhealthy cloying. So all this stuff I've been talking about is this. I haven't gotten to the fill-in spaces yet. So the next thing is the fill-in spaces. So we're going to go down here, okay? So all of this stuff down here is informed by what we just talked about. So it's not going to take too long, okay? Got it. Cool. So, yeah, actually, I'm just going to check and see. I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh, I love how you guys are all showing up for one another. This is great. This is the reason I wanted this training to happen in this space live and to have as many people join live as possible, because it's my intention and it's my commitment to show up strong for not only the collective, but for all of the collective to show up for one another, because we're all here to support one another. So as we're here to support one another, to see you guys speaking to one another in the training and supporting each other with the workbook and everything else, it means a lot to me. And I just want to acknowledge you for showing up like that. So thank you. Okay. Yes, codependency, running away, recovering codependent here. Thank you guys for showing up in the chat. Keep saying these comments. The more that you speak it out of your system, even typing, it's gonna, all this stuff's coming up to come out. I used to do Qigong, which was all about like pulling earth energy up out of the ground, pulling it into our systems to push out any energy that's no longer serving us, and then the circle. So circling the energy out of us and back into us, right? So pulling in what's positive and what helps us, and pushing out all the negative and what doesn't serve us. So by saying, ooh, I've been codependent in my life. Oof, that's how I've showed up. Saying it gets it out of your body. It doesn't mean you have to shame yourself or blame yourself. It just means this is coming up to be let go of. So if you're in this training right now and yucky stuff is coming up, it's coming up to be let go of. Don't hold on to it. Don't hold on to shame around it. Say, I love you. I see you. I understand that you were there to support me and to help me survive in my younger days. But now I'm fine and I got this, and you can be released, and it will be released. It's as simple as that, okay? We'll talk about that more when we talk about day 4, the energy of giving and receiving, okay? All right. Oh, and Scott makes a good point that this can be with your friendships as well. This doesn't have to be just relationships with romantic partners. So relationships with parents, relationship with friends, relationship with self, right? Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I feel like we got everything. Oh, look, everyone. Okay, love you guys so much. All right, so I'll go back to what I was talking about. All right, so next part. Money equals blank equals blank. What you guys think are in these lovely little fill in the blanks? Money equals currency, okay? Money equals currency. So in this blank would go the word currency. Money equals currency. Currency equals energy, okay? Money equals currency. Currency equals energy. So yes, money is a thing. It is a piece of paper. We put value on it and pretend this is how much this thing means. This is how much this thing is worth. So we put value on this piece of paper, right? So that sets up all sorts of survival instincts about paper equals value or something equals value. We've been telling ourselves all these years that there is a thing. This thing is $15. This thing is $700. It's material, right? It's material. What is the value, right? So value, we've come to a point in our lives and in our society where how much money we have equals value. And that's why so many of us are struggling with self-worth, because we've made it so our self-worth is dependent on things that are external of us, right? So money equals currency. So currency, yes, it's a thing, but currency equals energy. So it's merely energy like anything else. So the energy of money is the same as the energy of a person, is the same as the energy of a phone, is the same as the energy as paper, is the same as the energy of a plant. Okay? So knowing that the energy is there to be moved, navigated, addressed however you want to in order to either have it or not have it should come to you as a relief, because it's not just a thing that you need to get more of, it's an energy. So the more that you tap into the energy underneath what the true value is or how you feel about this currency or energy, or the more you take the blocks that are blocking you from becoming energetically the current from moving, the more that you take the block out or go, ooh, I'm realizing that this is how I show up. I'm releasing that. You release that. The energy goes some more. You go, oh, money, I have shown up in this way and I have held you down. I am so sorry. Oh, money goes, thank you for acknowledging that. Block goes away. Okay, more movement, right? So the more that we tap into these things, release it. Like I said, I'm an energy healer, an energy clearer, and do all this tarot work and everything else. And I know from doing years and years of this, especially coming from where I came and where I am now, I'll talk more about that later, that anything can be unblocked. And it's really simple. Just by looking at it, saying, I'm here to release you, and that's it. That's all you need, okay? So money equals currency, currency equals energy. And what do we know about energy? This is the next piece right here. What do we know about energy? If you constrict, so if you constrict energy, it will constrict you. Okay, write that down. So money equals currency. Currency equals energy. And what do we know about energy? If you constrict energy, it will constrict you. Okay? So the more that you have blocks up, or the more you constrict it, or the more you say, I want money and I'll do anything to keep you and you have to be mine and don't go anywhere, you better not go anywhere. Every time you go somewhere, you disappoint me. So if you're trying to save money and you're hoarding money and you're save, I can't have you go anywhere. That's like keeping someone locked up in jail. When you keep money locked up in jail, do you think it's going to want to stay by your side? Do you think it's going to want to come to you? So remember, money is that energy. So if you're telling it, and another thing that's important to remember and to know is that money has freedom needs like you do. If you show up and you're like, I want to be free and play, money wants that too. So if you tell it, you can't play, you need to stay here, it's not going to want to stay with you. Or it's going to run way off in the other direction. So the second you say, ooh, I've been showing up like this, I don't want to show up like that, I'm releasing that, boom, it's gone, okay? And money goes, oh, thank you, okay, cool. So it really just takes, that's why this training is 5 days. Yes, it is stuff that is deeply embedded from childhood and other things that we'll talk about, the deeply embedded from childhood stuff tomorrow. We'll go deeper into the relationship stuff. But for now, what I want you to know is that it's going to be easy to release as you come to acknowledge and release and then implement what you've been learning into your everyday life, okay? Habit making. We'll talk more about habit making later as well. Okay, next thing, statements that repel money. I want you can put in your own things too, but these are just things that I came up with as I was just channeling. I was just channeling what statements may repel money if you were to tell them. This could even, you could replace this, what are some statements that repel somebody in a relationship with you? What are some statements that repel love from coming your way? Love, money, it's all the same. It's all energy, right? So statements that repel money. You're never there when I need you. So write that down, number 1. Okay? Number 1, for statements that repel money. You're never there when I need you. Now imagine how if you were to tell somebody that you love that. You're never here when I need you. Why are you even around? I don't even know why I keep you around. You're never here when I need you, so what's the point? They're going to get really upset, depressed, angry, and they're going to be like, well, F you. It's the same thing with money, right? So that's a statement that repels money. You're never there when I need you. Next statement that repels money. Please stay. Don't leave me. I need you. Okay? Statements that repel money. Number 2. Please stay. Don't leave me. I need you. When you show up in a relationship that way, or when someone shows up in a relationship with you that way, how does it make you feel? If someone was to say, please stay. I'll do anything to make you stay. I need you. I need you in my life or else. And when it gets really toxic, I need you in my life or else I'm going to hurt myself, or I can't live without you. That's when it gets really toxic, okay? So that's another statement that repels money, because if you're so cloyingly needy, and remember there are healthy needs, so I want to make sure that you guys aren't thinking that I can't have needs. I can't, if I have any needs, oh my God, everything's going to run away from me. No, there are healthy needs and there are unhealthy needs. Okay, and we'll go into more of like solid examples of those as we continue the training, okay? So that's the second one. Please stay, don't leave me, I need you. The third statement that repels money, you make me so angry, I hate you. Okay? Third statement that repels money, you make me so angry, I hate you. So anger. When you get into a state of severe anger around someone, like they're not there for you, they're cheating on you, they don't love you, or you don't believe they love you, or you just have an attachment pattern in your life with your parents where they pushed you away and they were angry at you all the time, and then it shows up in your life, right? It mirrors in your life. It's going to mirror everywhere. So when you say, stay away from me, get away from me, I hate you, I don't want you anywhere near me, then of course it's not going to come anywhere near me. If you're in a state of anger around, you're never here anyway, so what's the point? Like, I don't even care about you. Whatever. Okay? So that's how it's going to show up toward you. So you make me so angry, I hate you is number 3. Okay? Number 4, I don't care about you. Number 4 is I don't care about you. And that is the apathetic energy. That's like, I don't care about money. Have you ever heard anyone say something in the realm of, money's no big deal to me. Money, it's like people make a big deal out of money. What's important to me is the heart. Love's important to me. Showing up for my friends and family is important to me. Money, I don't need it. It's fine. It's okay. That's a type of avoidance and a type of apathy, because if you didn't have money, you would think differently if you did not have money. If you were in a poverty state of mind, believe me, you would not be walking around saying, I don't need it. I don't need money. It's okay. I don't care about it. If you had absolutely no money to your name, you damn well care about it, okay? So there is also, just so you guys know, in the units section, if after this training you're like, I want more, in the unit section of the group, there is a video, I did a bonus video, it's called Financial Avoidance, and it's how we avoid money. So avoidance has to do with apathy of money, okay? So the next thing, so I don't care about you, is apathy around money. All right, we'll talk more about that in the days that come. AJ says, dang, Erin, I think I need to write a letter to money and apologize for my behavior. I love that. Actually, that's part of the homework. We'll talk about that in a second. You're going to be writing a letter to money. Or I'll give you the homework and then you'll be able to do it however you want to do it, right? Just like a relationship, right? Do it however feels right for you, okay? So statements that attract money. These are going to be way more happy and make you feel a little bit better, right? I think we'll be able to go, I like that. That feels better in my body, right? That's how money feels when you talk to it. It's going to feel like, I don't like that feeling in my body. But when you say these statements that attract money, it'll be like, oh yeah, I can work with this person. Let's dance. Let's play. Let's go out. Let's have a drink. Let's chill at home. Let's watch TV. Let's chill out, right? They're going to want to hang out with you. So money like energy is going to go, oh, now she wants me. Now she's cool. It's cool. Like, I'm going to run towards her, right? So statements that attract money. Number one, you're always there when I need you. Money, you are always there when I need you. There's this great statement that I used to say, which I got from a meme or something else, which is you have survived 100% of your bad days. If you're alive right now and you're breathing, you have survived poverty. You have survived toxic behavior. You have survived childhood. You have survived your parents. You have survived everything that ever happened to you in your life that was bad. You have survived trauma. You have survived everything. So you have survived through 100% of your bad days, right? So that's where this comes in with you're always there when I need you. Because point blank at the end of the day, even if we have fear and worry about money, something always comes in to support us. There will always be something that comes in to support us. Even if we go bankrupt 5,000 times and we have 200 credit, there is always going to be something that supports us and carries us through. Someone, something always happens. Our spirit guides, our angels, our moms, our dads, ourselves, something shows up. So I want you to take a second to acknowledge yourself right now. Think of one thing where you can pat yourself on the back and say, I've been there for myself in this moment. Or my mom was there for me when I ... Or my brother or sister. Or that stranger on the street gave me $1. Anything, okay? Remember, 1 penny is the same as $1 million. It's currency, it's energy, it's movement, it's giving, it's taking, it's receiving. It's all of that, okay? So, number one, statements that attract money. You are always there when I need you. How does that feel versus you're never there when I need you? Every time I want you, I open up my wallet, you're not there. I can't live this way. How does that feel versus, you know what, money, you are always there when I need you. And you always have been. I trust you and I love you. Okay? The next statement that attracts money. I respect your need for personal freedom. Number two. I respect your need for personal freedom. How good does that feel? Literally, when I wrote that down and I was writing this outline, I cried because I was like, I felt personal freedom writing that. And I think that I also felt the freedom of my money stuff, okay? So you know, as I wrote this outline, I was relieving my own money issues. We all have it. We're all going through it. So just because I'm teaching it doesn't mean I don't go through it, right? Just like I said, I'm going to show up messy, real, authentic, and raw in this training. So we've all gone through it. We all know what it feels like. But how does it feel when someone says, I respect your need for personal freedom versus I need you, please stay, don't leave me? How does that energy feel? What's going to make you stay with the person or make the person stay with you or make not the person stay with you, but anything in your life? Is it going to be like, don't go? Or is it going to be like, I respect your need for personal freedom. I'll see you when I see you. That Actually, in fact, if someone said that to me, I'd be more want to be with them. Because they'd be like, oh, they're giving me all my personal freedom. I can do whatever. And then when I want to be with them, it's going to be way better. You know what I mean? And I'm going to have my personal freedom and space. I know they're going to be holding the space for me from afar, but I don't need them to be there at all times. So that I can make space for myself to show up for myself. Okay? That's so important. So you get your needs met by them, but you also give them personal freedom. Same thing with money. Okay? So number 2, I respect your need for personal freedom. Statements that attract money. Okay? Number 3, statements that attract money. Number 3, you make me so happy. I love you. Now, when I was writing this, I thought, this is too simple. Like saying, you make me angry, I hate you, versus you make me so happy, I love you. I don't know. That seems really elementary and kind of simplistic, and I don't think anyone's really going to get anything out of a training by saying, like, you make me happy, I love you. That seems like a very simplistic statement. But think about it. Think about how important it is when you have somebody just say, I'm happy to be in your presence. You make me laugh. Like, I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about your personality that I love being around. Like, what about those simplistic statements feels good? It's like, it just kind of like makes us feel like, wow, like, I don't really even have to do anything. Because like I said, we have expectations on ourselves that external things need to fill us up, right? So if we just show up and we're like, oh, you know what? I just like being around you. There's something about you. You just feel like a rainbow to me, you know? It's just, let's go, like, I don't know, let's do something crazy. Let's like jump in cold water. And then the person will be like, it's winter out here. Let's do it anyways. So just thinking about this statement that, yes, at first when I thought it was simplistic, but it's not. This is going to attract people toward you. You're going to want to hang out with people that say, you know what, there's something about you. I just like you. And it's easy. It's an ease, right? It's an ease and a flow and a grace. So when you're speaking to money this way, money's going to be like, oh my gosh, this person loves me. And it makes me love myself more. And I want to be with them because of that. So something it can seem very simplistic is actually very, very deep. And it's showing up for yourself in a way that you may not have had when you were younger, that you're filling the space that maybe your parents didn't fill for you. And you'll be able to say, I'm implementing, I'm healing by saying, I love to be with me and I love to be with you. I'm healing from things. If I had a parent that said, I don't want to be with you, or get away from me, or I don't care about your pain right now, I don't care about what you're crying about, get away. By you saying, like, I care about you, let's hang out, you are actively implementing that change and supporting yourself for showing up for yourself. And you are removing, healing, and patching up that toxic trauma that you may have gone through, okay? And that's enough to help you move in the direction you want to go in and get everything you've ever wanted, okay? Last statement that attracts money, okay? I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your support. Okay? I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your support. Write that down. I am so grateful for you. Gratitude is my word of 2019. I know it's kind of cliche to pick a word for the year, but I did it, and it's gratitude. And I cry out of gratitude. Crying for me is the most healing thing a person can do. So when I get off a phone call with someone I'm coaching and we had a particularly good session, I bawl my eyes out because I'm so grateful for Spirit bringing me that person. I'm so grateful for being able to walk. I'm so grateful for being able to drive my car. I'm so grateful to be able to get my groceries and look at the bagger and have a conversation with them and smile at them and say, have a great day. It makes me happy and feel so grateful to be alive when I'm able to show up for people and show them support and get support in return. Again, we are people that need other people. We need things from other people. We need things from it's energy, right? We need that give and that take, that connection. And we've lost a lot of connection nowadays. So it's important that's another reason I'm doing this live training and that we're all here in this room. It's just as important as being in a physical room together. We are showing up for one another right now. We are connecting. And I want you to, actually, I'm going to give you a bonus homework to reach out to someone in this chat right now that you don't know at all and private message them. So look in your filtered messages to see that if you're not friends on Facebook or active friends on Facebook, reach out to someone and say, hey, I saw you in the chat. You said something, it really spoke to me, and I want to be friends with you. So that's one challenge I want you to do. Reach out to people. I'm actually going to write this down so I can hold you accountable tomorrow. Reach out to one person you don't know in this chat or in this group that you've just seen their posts and go, I don't know what it is about this person, but their energy is awesome. So reach out to someone you don't know and connect with them. Just connection. connect with them. Okay. I see that it's 5:50. I won't be going much longer. We're almost out of here. So if you need to leave, I understand. You can watch the rest of it on the replay tomorrow, okay, or tonight. You don't know, connect with someone you don't know, connection. Reach out to someone you don't know, connect with them. Okay, got it. All right, so I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your support. When you say that to money, it's going to be like, oh my God, she or he is recognizing and acknowledging that I'm there for them. Usually they're just saying like, they're just thinking about how I'm never there, or how they want me, or how they, like, everything in their life they need me there for, but during the fun times, like, they're only inviting me to the party because I'm popular and I look good. They're not inviting me to the party because they really like me, okay? So I'm grateful for you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up in my life when you show up in my life. And I respect your need for personal freedom to not be there. And I'm content either way, okay? That's important. We'll talk about that later as well. Okay, so on the next page, page number 2 of the workbook. Here it is, the catch. Ooh, there's a catch? Erin, you didn't tell me there was a catch or any homework. What the hell are you doing to me? I thought I was just showing up for this free training and now I have to like do stuff? Yes. Okay. The catch is, it isn't enough to declare these statements out loud or repeat them into the mirror hundreds of times. Affirmations, don't get me wrong, are amazing. But by saying them over and over and over again into the mirror, unless you believe it in your heart or you change the behavior or the habit making that you've been doing year after year after year, which is going to take way less time than it took to get these habits, it's not going to come to you and nothing's going to happen. So it isn't enough to declare these statements out loud or repeat them into the mirror hundreds of times. You must take steps to heal the relationship you've already, in bold, that you've already created with money. First, it isn't enough to declare these statements out loud or repeat them into the mirror hundreds of times. You must take steps to heal the relationship you've already created with money first. So this is going to bleed into tomorrow when we talk about how did I even come up with this relationship with money? Why? Now that you're bringing up all this stuff, oh my God, it is so toxic, my relationship with money. And how did it happen? What was the beginnings? What was the origin of this crap? We'll talk about that tomorrow. The origins, where this came from, and how to heal it, okay? So the origins usually come from how our parents looked at money or how our beliefs around money from the time we were born, okay? So you must take steps to heal the relationship you've already created with money first. So don't get all up in your head about, oh my God, I have to heal the relationship with money that I've already created, but I don't even know what that looks like and I don't know how to do that. It's okay. It's okay. We'll do it. We're going to implement all this stuff. By day 5, you will come out of here being like, oh, damn, I am ready. Like, let's get this going. Actually, you'll be getting it going during the week. You're already getting it going. But by the time day 5 comes and you're done with this training, oh boy. Okay, so you must take steps to heal the relationship you've already created with money first. We'll be doing that over the course of the class. Do not get all up in your head about, I have to do this now. It's okay, all right? The homework. And then in parentheses with a little smiley biley. Don't worry, you won't be graded. This is for those of you who sharpen 10 pencils. Because I know you're like, what's the homework and how can I do it perfectly so that I don't get in trouble? That's me. I am the approval. So all you guys are talking about like, oh, I show up codependent, I show up where I need approval from other people. So if I don't show up in a way that's perfect for them and they deem me somehow unapprovable and, oh God, I've just blah, 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 then I'm wrong and I've messed up and I should die and go away forever. So that shows up as people pleaser. We'll talk about that later. So it's making sure that we show up from a space of, it's cool, I got this, okay? So homework, have a conversation with money. Now, AJ brought this up. I'm sure a bunch of you have brought this up and I haven't been able to look at all the comments. Have a conversation with money as you would have a conversation with someone you're in a relationship with. What would you say to money? So this is the same as writing a letter to money. I'm sure you guys have all taken, I'm sure there are a few of you in here that have taken money courses that have written letters to money. Oh God, letter to money. I've frickin' done this a million times. I don't even know. Well, do it again. Okay, just bear with me. Do it again. If you're tired of writing a letter of money, then write like you would to a person. Just say like, just write, or write a letter to your loved one. Okay, or you can, so there's 3 ways you can do this. You can write a letter to money, like, oh, I love you, or I hate you, or I wish you were here and you're not, anything that comes up over what we've talked about. Or write a letter to your partner or your loved one or the last person you were with in a relationship. Dear Jason, you suck, you always left me, I loved you until I didn't, blah, blah, blah. Just write down everything and then replace the name Jason with money. Okay, so you can do it that way as well. Also, instead of writing a letter, you can just write out anything that comes up around, this is my relationship with money, this is how I've been showing up for money, this is how I've believed or perceived money has been showing up for me, etc., etc., okay? I put some prompts here so that if you're lost or you're like, I don't know, or lost because you have too much information, write down, or these are the prompts. Some of the prompts are, is our relationship working right now? In what ways is it working or not working? What can I do moving forward to create a safe space for you to thrive? So what can I do moving forward to create a safe space for you, money, to thrive? So if you were talking to money, instead of saying, this is what I need from you, I want you to twist it around and say, what can I do for you that will make you feel safe enough to come to me? What can I do for you moving forward to create a safe space for you where you feel attached to me, like you want to be with me, okay? And that you can thrive instead of just surviving on the bare minimum. I just need this just so I can do this. I just need $25.25 so I can get this thing on Amazon so I don't die. You know? So making sure that you're in a space of not only thriving, but of in a loving back and forth relationship. Okay? So that's the homework for today. That's it. Also the bonus homework, reach out to someone in this chat or someone in this group that you have found, that you've seen, that has spoken to you, that has liked a post that you like, that you're like, I don't know what it is. I just read that person's name. I really like their name. Text them, write them a thing on private message on Facebook and say, I love your name. I don't know who you are, but I'm just reaching out to you to say that. So just connect. That's what we're here to do in this space. Okay, I'm done. That was session 1. We did it.